Welcome in to the Settlers 4 World Championship 2025. Today on a match on the Bottle map, Happy, with the Blue Roman SF Evergrey, or Yannick as we might call him in the cast a few times, on the left side, and the White Trojan Phottor, or Fabi as we might call him, on the right side. Today I have with me Vincent, or ZL Bobissime.
Bob, or whatever you like, I don't care.
Casting with me today, and yeah, we were already talking a bit about the map as he didn't yet play it or really watched it. So
No, and don't intend to do it.
Perfect qualifications forecast.
Yes,
wait,
I'm able to give a lot of salt, which I'm willing to provide to the stream.
Yeah. So a few things to mention about the map is that right at the top, after building one tower, you can build as many stone mines as you want. That's like one thing that is very special, and the other thing is you have like a lot of logs. I don't know exactly how many logs, but you have plenty of logs laying around directly at the forest. So you build one tower, and then you can already pick up those logs and use them in your sawmills. So start with the start
towers,
is
and then
quite
you build
boosted,
some sawmills as soon as possible.
Yeah, you can basically start with just building sawmills and stone mines, and then you have an economy already running, and you barely did anything. You also start with lots of axes and saws. I know as a Trojan you can go up to like your 6 saws and 18 woodcutters or whatever you want to build exactly. That's totally fine. I think you only can go up to 6 saws with Trojans. I don't know how it would be for the Vikings, as I'm pretty sure the saw numbers are the same for every player. Like the saw and axis numbers that gets added. Actually we're having Romans. I don't know why I just thought for a second we're the Vikings. But yeah.
Just one question on this Bottle map. How active are your diggers? Like Fabi had some diggers standing around. Is that already a bad sign that he's not building like he should?
The diggers don't really do too much.
At least at the start, right?
Later on you need your diggers, but you're still only really increasing your builders with your toolsmith. Like you'd go up to like, I don't know, 30 plus builders, like 30, 35 maybe. To keep everything running, but you don't really need to increase your diggers on the map at all. At least if you're not building two toolsmiths, and I don't think there are any two toolsmith players that play two toolsmiths. It's very rare.
So you build your stone mines, you build your stone cutters, and then you focus on wood, basically because the stone mines will carry your early game.
Yeah, the stone mines will carry you early game. That's how I have played the map, how I've seen many people play the map. You just basically build stone mines as your stone income, and you can build up a very fast wood eco. You don't need to build a toolsmith for quite a while. Only after you're done with that, and you need your toolsmith for your scythes to be able to build some more farms than just 3. And most people want to build like 4 farms, if not more.
We see some very early mana from Fabi, right? Maybe he is not prioring it at the moment, but if he really builds those farms, they're getting built.
Yeah, it looks like
2 very, very early sunflower farms here.
I'd agree on that. This is an early sunflower farm timing. I do know that
what's also a nice thing we should note for Fabi is that he's digging behind the mountain already, because I guess he wants to have like the stone and probably also the fish.
I'm not sure about the fish. I definitely know that above the mountain there are quite a few Metzel spots for large houses. Those are huge. Just being able to place a large house and it's being built immediately. I think like 2 or 3.
And all the stone is right there, so you get to use the stone from your stone mines, and your stone cutters provide the stone for the other buildings. It's okay, I see.
Yeah, it's very efficient to go over the mountain. You have to anyways, the map isn't too large. You can't expand insanely crazy like on the Metzel. Yeah.
But so you're building like how many sawmills will we see from like the Roman and the Trojan?
I'm expecting 6 for the Trojan. I don't know exact
7 for the-
Roman counts. I'd imagine something like 7, 8. Maybe not because
but these 6 sawmills.
Yeah.
I mean, you're using a lot more wood at the start when you build your sunflower farms. That's at least what I know about Troja.
yeah, that is correct. I don't quite know. Like, I feel like maybe he's not going up to as many sawmills, but you are able to use all your 6 sawmills still when you're building your heavy industry. Even when you're going into those 1-3 gold smelters, you can still use up all the wood that is produced.
So it might be like a push build we are seeing from Fabi.
I feel like, I mean, generally said, this map is very small.
And there's no comeback potential.
There's
King Cat
very
already
little
covered
comeback
in-
potential.
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen like one upset that I also casted, where Kaizen used 2 ships. On this map, we have it set to 60 ferry capacity, so we can put in 60 soldiers in 1 ship. With 2 ships, he had 120 swords exactly. Shipped them over. Waited till Antimaterio walked in with his entire army onto his half, and then just ran in and won the game.
Killed him. Yeah. Okay.
So there is
where do
potential
you
to do
normally
stuff.
place like your barracks? Are they getting placed at the front? That's what I have seen from looking at the fights from
Yes.
the videos. But you might also place them back, and then there might be some comeback potential because I don't see towers getting into your land.
Yeah.
So what's probably happening is that you get sabos in, but I mean sabos can be outlived for like a few minutes at least.
Yeah. I very much agree on this. It's basically, the map is basically set to be a rush-only map, basically. If you aren't strong at peacetime, you're just gonna lose. But I feel like putting your barracks at the very back of your settlement, you have definitely a few more minutes, and if your timing is more focused around a 45-minute mark, maybe even a 50-minute mark, I feel like you can get a lot out of those defensive barracks. The issue is you still need to have a build that is actually then better at that point than the person that did the peacetime rush. And I feel like that's where most of the
but for
builds
example,
are lacking.
with a Roman against like a Viking push or like a Trojan push, that might be a valid strategy.
Yeah.
So we see quite a lot of settlers from Fabi, but no thieves to get like the gold in the middle. Is that normal? Shouldn't he have at least 5 thieves, get 5 of the gold? So
yeah.
because he has more settlers than he needs to.
Yeah, definitely.
If he now builds like some fish and builds like some maybe toolsmiths or whatever.
Yeah, I generally said like getting that gold is worth it for sure. But I feel like that's something that most players aren't actually focusing too much on, and most people are only really considering to get the gold more like at a 15-20 minute mark, where it's like you've built most of your stuff, you're done with most of your starting economy, and you are now actually wanting to go into your...
But I feel like with Trojan, your houses are quite cheap because they have like a lot of stone in them and not a lot of wood. And wood seems to be like what caps you at the start, because if it's not wood, then you just build like 1 stone mine more.
Exactly.
3 instead of 2, and then you're fine. So wood is what's capping you. So yeah. We see a toolsmith from Fabi. We don't see a gold smelter yet. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't think so.
How many starting?
I assume it's a fisher
gold
on the
do you
left,
have?
so yeah, I don't see a gold smelter yet. I don't... Like, you don't technically need a gold smelter if you get the gold from the middle.
Oh yeah, that's true, right.
Then
that's
you can
also
build your large temple.
A plus for but I mean, I've spoken too soon. All the settlers are running now, so
yeah. I was also saying, like, you were talking about him having settlers. I was like, the settler amount isn't like there are settlers standing around, but I also felt like the settlers weren't a huge amount. He's now at 5 souls.
and he's building like a lot of stone cutters, so he's
Yeah.
probably not going to have more than 2 stone mines, maybe 3, but not more than that.
Yeah, and he probably builds them as well just when you're done with your sunflower farms, when you're done with your mana eco, or your food eco in general. And then you need a lot of stones.
Are you playing with Prio on this map, or are you not?
So what did you say?
And do you use Prio on the bottle map or not?
I don't think people use it. I haven't heard of it yet.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many diggers standing around that it shouldn't be much of a problem.
Yeah, you usually don't use all your diggers, and there are also metso spots for like houses and stuff where it's like, oh shit, I need a house now, and you can use that.
That's why my not normal dotted points are quite good on this map, because I can identify metso spots easily because they are white for me.
Yeah,
and
but
not
isn't
some
it like that
other shade of green?
Isn't it that you can still like it's the last gradient you change, but the last color still isn't always a metso spot?
Yeah, but it's always getting materials delivered to it, even if your diggers are not yet digging.
Yeah,
it's always at a point where you can get the material, and then you might need like 2 diggers, 3 diggers at most. That's
the classic metso spot.
Yeah.
I think most people don't really struggle with seeing the metso spots. At least I know that I don't struggle with it.
I think we're seeing a push. I think you're quite right. I think we don't see much mana. We're seeing like a little bit of mana, which will carry him quite a long way at the start. And he needs to build it quite early, because he wants to have like a first spell very soonish.
Yes. I think that is exactly his plan.
How do you play like your battery? Where do you play your battery? How do you play your battery? It's quite a lot of tools. Do you actually just cast 2 times, like 1 time for iron, 2 times for coal, until PT? That should like carry you all the way if you use your fish.
I'm expecting him to build a 7 coal mine battery that is standing on the coal field, and therefore is actually
on the left. Actually.
Yeah, I think we're already seeing 5 coal mines of it being placed, and the other 2 are going to come up on the left side.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's gonna play that you can technically on the smaller mountains with gold and sulfur on them, you can technically as well put a full battery. You can also put it on the upper mountain.
7 you said, because he's only placed like 6, and he's definitively playing with priority, because his mines are not.
The mines could also
he can place
just
them
be
and
paused.
Yeah, but it's not. Why should you waste your time building your mines and then pausing them? Maybe because you don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, he has a few settlers in the right spot and could get the gold.
Both of them could.
Yeah. Both of them don't. But Yannick
and the gold smelter actually
doesn't have many settlers. Yannick actually has like a lack of settlers, doesn't he? I mean, not very much lack in the sense of.
Yeah, there are 2 standing
his wood
around.
Isn't getting carried, but his stone. I feel like he had a small delay.
Yeah, maybe there was like a shortage for a tiny bit, but right now I can see a few settlers standing here and there.
And also, one thing I would notice, his stones are getting carried quite a long way, because he's building very much to the bottom of the map.
Yeah, I don't really like building the farms all the way at the bottom.
Okay, so are you playing like a farm Trojan on this map?
I have so far only played farms, as I don't really. I'm just not good enough.
Have you tried it and
I've tried battery stuff. It was horrible, and I just went into the tournament with basically no preparation, other than the rounds I played to test the maps when we didn't release them yet. But after they were released, I didn't touch them anymore. And when I got into the tournament, I was like, okay, I'm just doing 1 practice of the Bottle map before my first match, because I didn't play against a really good player, or at least not a player I would expect to be really good. And I just played basically an HE build, but I just built 4 grain farms. That's kind of how I went through it in my head. Then I played the second match the same way. Again, didn't really practice at all, and just went into it.
Are not fully done yet, and he has very little settlers, and he's building his battery already. That's what's costing him the settlers. I guess his first big house is a bit too late, or he should have built like one small one more on the top to get the stones carried. And he has settlers, but he had a short lack of settlers, and I think one more small house might give him like a
would have been enough. Yeah.
Because at this point,
when
he
the large house is finishing,
mines.
There are settlers standing, so it's probably fine.
Yeah, but he has full stone mines, and that's not a good sign, because probably some settlers got pulled to the stone mines that were not at the top, and so building like one small house more, I would say that would give him a slight edge here.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Future play.
But I'm not quite sure if it's like if the stone mines are full, because they aren't like the stone mines tend to be full quite a lot on this map. If you're building lots of stone cutters, and he did build quite a few stone cutters. I don't think he has the issue that the stone takes.
One already on the top, so he has 2 on the top. He started with 3, like the Roman did, and then he built like now 6 on the bottom.
Yeah. And he's only playing 5 swords. Like I was saying, I've played 6 so far. Like 5, I'd say, is a little bit on the smaller side. Like that's the amount you would actually play on your normal HEH round.
So, but now he really needs to get like all of the gold, because he has the settlers. His first big house is finished. He has settlers all over his settlement. He just needs to make like 16 thieves and get all the gold, because Yannick is now actually getting the gold, and I guess he will be getting all of the gold.
Yeah, that does look like it, I agree. In the end, it's only 60 gold.
With that small house more, he would have like 10
would
more
have had
thieves
the settlers, yeah.
earlier, and he would be able to like get all the gold.
Oh, and I actually see that Phottor was also removing his diggers.
Yeah, because he had a shortage of settlers.
Yeah, I just only saw that now he makes them to diggers again.
He forgot,
the large
like,
temple now finished.
House.
His house is finished, so we should see the first cast on the battery very soon. He's 32 mana, which is enough.
Does he have Hunter?
Yes, at the bottom river.
Oh, yeah, I see.
That's usually where people place their hunters.
And then later on you place like one into the middle, because there's also quite a lot of
you can do that too.
Yeah.
Generally said the map doesn't have too many animals to hunt.
Too many? I see like 30, 40 animals, so if you hunt them correctly, you should never be in need to build like any.
I do agree looking at it right now, but I know when I'm playing it, the animals are just never there.
So how does this battery work? Is he just powering his whole battery with spells, and doesn't he need like more coal mines?
Yeah, and then he's just gonna build another battery.
On the other spot, and so he has like 14
and these mines are just gonna work, and he can still micro a little bit with pausing mines to get it on other, but I think mostly he will just have batteries, and they are just running.
So Yannick got like all of the gold.
Yeah. Gets a little bit of a lead.
What I also don't like is that Yannick is building new stone cutters on the top, because I think it's not smoothing out his build. Maybe it is.
You want a stone now at the heavy industry, which will be built at the top, so I don't really mind it.
We see full iron.
And he only builds stone mines on the left bottom stone field, not on the right one, so he generally didn't commit too much onto the bottom stone fields. And he's now going into the heavy industry, which I think is a pretty good timing here for him.
5 farms for him.
Yes, 5 farms should carry you a long way.
And 4 fishes, right? Is that enough?
I mean, You probably
For the
have
start,
to add a
of
few
course.
more, but for now it definitely is enough.
Okay.
You still have... Do you have a hunter? Or does he have a hunter, I should say? I don't see a
Yes,
hunter.
he has on the bottom right.
Oh, at the
settlement.
forest there, okay. But that hunter doesn't
Which
really
is,
have
I
anything
think
to
it's a
hunt.
nice spot.
Yeah, but not if you
Because
don't
you can
get
hunt to the
land.
bottom, you can hunt to the right, and you can hunt the forest. And he is running. He did hunt an animal.
True, on the
So it's not
exact
like
border
he
there.
doesn't have anything to do.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna run out of animals very soon if he doesn't actually conquer the land to the right.
How are settlers looking? Roma has a few more because Troja is still pumping out settlers from his houses, probably.
Yeah. I mean, if you look over, there's plenty of settlers.
Yeah, Fabi
Still
has,
all 3 large houses.
has more heavy industry running, of course, because he doesn't need to build many farms. He's just building like the 2 farms and it's fine.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to build water, he doesn't have to build anything else. So this is quite cost effective. I like the build.
I like
Let's
it too.
see what he gets.
This really looks like a proper rush build where you're just... You can just make
But I mean,
lots
do
of
you
soldiers
really
at
need
peacetime.
like more mana than 2? As I mean, what's
To
making
keep it
a
running,
rush
you
build?
do, yeah. I think till peacetime it works,
Yeah,
maybe
of course.
till like 43,
okay,
45.
But you might not overbuild your heavy industry, like build early heavy industry with 2 farms and then add like 2 farms. Maybe you find some metal spots for 2 farms on the top.
Yeah, maybe.
Or some nearly metal spots which you just build 2 farms again and then you should be fine, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Already has barracks built. That I don't like.
I've actually heard that many people like to recruit their soldiers early, for the simple fact that if you recruit them early, you don't have the issue that you need like lots of soldiers, lots of settlers right before peacetime to recruit all your soldiers, and it's like
and you can crush houses and
you can
reduce
crush houses.
resources.
It's a nice
no.
building flow that you're getting that way, that I've heard people like. I don't know if it's the optimal way necessarily, but I definitely know that people prefer to play it with early barracks. It might also just be a mistake that he placed it and didn't pause it, you never know.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he doesn't produce soldiers yet, so he should have spent it on like another weaponsmith.
Yep.
We saw the first spell, probably? No, we didn't. Did we? Oh, we did. And he hit all of it. He also has some fish on it.
Yeah, I think it's probably like 1% fish on coal.
Yeah, because he wants to like run the coal mine. He doesn't reach with his battery. So this eighth coal mine.
Yeah.
Which he built in between to have
very
his,
rough, because this would cost you a lot of fish if you would actually need to stack your entire battery of fish.
Also, another thing I really don't like is that the coal mine is on the left and not on the right where his toolsmith is, which is costing him settlers at a... I mean, now it's just completely irrelevant, but at the point where I was saying that he had a lack of settlers, then it was relevant, and then the coal mine should have been to the right.
It would have made the difference, yeah.
Yeah,
and we're seeing the second battery come up on the right, where he already has
a few small things, yeah.
4 weaponsmiths running, and a few gold smelters.
Yannick also has 4, is adding a 5th now.
Yeah.
So he's a bit on top, and he has 60 resources on top. So
yeah, and way more gold smelters too.
Yeah, he's producing.
I mean, those 60
more
resources are mostly in the food eco for him.
Yeah, but I mean, do you want to actually be that behind? You are playing a rush build, but he's not that. He doesn't have much more.
The heavy industry doesn't feel like it's ahead, and that I think is the issue.
Yeah.
Generally said, having less resources and you're also investing, like if you have less resources used and you've also invested less resources in parts of your economy because you're playing Troja, like you have very efficient mana for food at the beginning. Like I generally can see how that works, but right now it doesn't look like he's actually ahead on the heavy industry, which is what he would need.
Is he building a farm? He's moving his sykes. Is he adding farms?
I think he's just moving them out of the way to build another fisher.
Ah, okay, that might be possible.
Yeah, that's something like this. The river is like nice and all, but then you realize that you have all those starting goods just laying around there and you just can't build anything.
If you look to the bottom, the fissure on the left is not very efficient with the trees in front of it.
Yeah, I would have liked to place it. Like, why do you place it down there and not further up?
I don't know.
It's a very confusing place to build that fissure.
I guess it's a far way to do it.
Maybe it's like a metal
he spent a lot of time on this build, on the theory crafting, but it's very rough around the edges still.
Maybe that is a metal spot. That would be the only explanation for me.
Do you have sulfur on this map?
Yes, plenty.
On the right mountain or where?
Yeah, on the right and left small mountains. That both of them didn't actually reveal for us, but it's like the bottom third of the mountain of both of them is sulfur.
Okay. So
you can build like multiple
like
sulfur mines if you
sulfur
want
to iron if he wants to.
Yeah, you can play that, but you won't do it with only 2 sunflower farms.
You don't need much, but I mean, he's not in need of any kind of coal. Coal is what he actually has the most of. I mean, he has much more coal mines than Yannick, for example. That's where some of his resources,
Yes.
which he doesn't have much of, are actually located.
Yeah. And I mean, now he's gone. Oh no.
And now he's gone he's 125 resources behind, which is quite a lot.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be fine. Still hurts.
I don't feel like it's gonna be fine. I'm honest, I don't feel like it.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's actually
It's not convincing.
working out to be better than what Yannick is doing at the moment.
Yeah, and I don't think he actually needs the coal right now that he built on the right. That's too early. He should have built like more heavy industry beforehand.
Yeah, but not too much. Like the issue is you can't really gradually increase your coal production.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is usually what you do. Like you build a few coal mines, build a few.
Yeah, with Roman, for example, you do that because you're playing like with food, and food tends to be more gradual.
Yes, exactly. But there's you build your battery, and then you get a lot of coal immediately, or coal mines running immediately.
But, I mean, he's playing with like 2.5 source less than Yannick, right? Because Troja needs
a white 2.5.
No, 1.5. I'm sorry, Troja needs less wood if you're not building mana or...
Trojans need less wood. Trojans also have the faster sawmills. So you
they're actually faster than the one of the Maya.
Yeah, they after the Ubo changes, the Trojan sawmills are the fastest sawmills in the game. Before that they weren't. Before that they were somewhere. I don't know where, but they definitely weren't the craziest.
Yannick has some internet issue.
Did he just message you, or where did you get that from?
No, he wrote Phottor, and Phottor wrote into the chat.
Oh, I just didn't look at that. Yeah.
But, I mean, we're in the English commentary with German chat, so I wanted to...
Yes, of course. So now the question is he gonna get his internet back in a timely manner? Hopefully. I mean, his game looked fine. Definitely.
It's not like an issue where he doesn't want to join anymore.
Yeah.
I think at the moment he's heavily favored, in my opinion. But I
agree for the simple reason that he plays Romans, and just being even in numbers just makes you ahead.
You just told me that with rucksack. What is rucksack?
Backpack catapultists is what they're called.
With backpack catapultists and swords, you should.
So the
win
issue
with
is,
even numbers.
on this map, you don't really have much open space to fight on. And if the enemy just hides behind his buildings, you have to make war machines, and those take a bit of time. And I feel like you're just not gonna hit a clean timing anymore that Phottor is trying to hit. It definitely can work out, but I feel like backpack catapultists is something that's like you want to have a strong peacetime timing that you just can't be killed. Then you scale up and want to make him have to fight you on open field. And on this map, I feel like you can't really do that. At some point, he just covers the middle in a way where you would engage into a concave.
Could you, for example,
have the two ponds in the middle that block your army as well? So it's literally just a bad engagement, and you can't do anything anymore. I don't really feel like that's the reason why I played Metzel today. For the simple fact that backpack catapultists with swordsmen feel better to use on the Metzel than on the Buddle. And you can scale on the Metzel much longer than you can on the Buddle. You're running out of coal mine spots on the Buddle much faster as a Trojan, compared to other civilizations for them running out of mine spots. So you're capped quite soon. You can't really scale much. I don't really like the Buddle for my kind of playstyle, and for a very active rush, I don't think swordsmen and backpack catapultists are the best if the enemy just builds a wall of houses.
You can't find inside of the buildings, yeah. And if your enemy fights you in open fields, then
you should have more numbers anyways and should win anyways.
Yeah, that's true. So one possibility I see is at the start after the PT, you shouldn't be able to block like all the 3 entrances yet, right?
Yes.
With your number, so you could like have one of them filled with a few bows and move through the second one with your catapultists and stuff.
Yeah, I think there are ways to use them. I have in both of my games played them that I played on the Buddle, but it was more like I just use it, and I just win because the people don't know what to do.
That's why you do it, probably.
Yeah, I use them basically all the time, and the players I played against didn't know what to do against them. Fought on open field and just lost. Simple as that. And it's like on this map, the distance from the fight you took in the middle to the barracks is really short if the people put them offensively. So even if I win the fight, usually you can't immediately push with your backpack catapultists into the buildings, because if there's a good wall of houses and the barracks are producing, the little bit of time you need to walk there, the fact that your swordsmen probably all are very damaged and almost about to die, just makes it very hard to actually push through those buildings. But on this map, the rush distance is so incredibly small that the enemy basically doesn't produce a single soldier in the time.
At least if you're playing like Yannick and building the barracks at the front.
Exactly. And yeah, I'm gonna...
My bet, as I said before the game, was Yannick. Normally it's because I don't like Fabi's performance in tournament games.
Mm-hmm.
He's not impressed me in any of the tournaments yet. He's just doing stupid stuff. If he's not playing in a calm place. I mean, there's one game where he impressed, where he played like the 1 versus 2 with 2 PCs.
I mean, he played multiple of those games, and all of them were impressing, although he didn't win all of them. But just the fact he does that is impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely something to note about Phottor. For those who don't know, he did once play a tournament in which he played alone, but it's a 2-player tournament. So he played on his normal PC and had a laptop standing next to it and just played 2 civilizations at once. And he won some games as well. Like, it was very impressive, and he played lots of like boosting strategies where he had one civilization be like kind of the lesser focused civilization, where he just kind of like builds a not so strong economy, but like maybe places a market to get some more resources to the other one, and were like some strategies like that to make it a bit easier. And it was very interesting to see how he played it, and in that he also did some interesting unit compositions as well. So definitely was very fun to watch and very impressive as well.
Yeah.
Okay, but we are now back in the game.
Yannick doesn't have all his weaponsmiths running yet. He's missing a hammer for one of them, I guess. And he's not playing with the...
He's missing a hammer for two of them.
With the chat messages.
With one.
So he might just not notice it.
It hurts that
just
you're right.
Built one. Yeah, that's quite bad, because I think he was ahead in weapons, even so Fabi is playing his like rush strategy. Yannick was ahead in weapons.
Yeah. Fifth weapons
bad for
now
Phottor.
came up for Fabi as well. And
But it's
6
not
and
running.
7 are coming up as well.
Not running.
Yeah, it isn't.
Not-
It just finished the 5th. It's
Yeah,
about to be running.
The sixth one also finished,
Yes.
but it's not running yet. Are you reproducing like iron bars? Should you do like the pause trick for your weaponsmith on the Buddle map?
I feel like you should always
Probably,
do
right?
them if you
Yeah.
see a weaponsmith finishing.
Yeah.
And you have the attention span to do it. You should always do like
Yeah,
pretty
at
much
least
no
for the
matter which
goal.
map.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing right now, he has iron bar stacking on one of these weaponsmiths.
Yeah, so
can't see it for the other ones because they're behind other
The pause
buildings.
trick should be good.
Yeah.
What I imagine is that he can build more weaponsmiths than Yannick before he runs out of food. He will
I
then
agree.
rapidly run out of food, but he can like
Yeah,
he has a point
It will
where
be like
just,
he can build a few more, and then at some point his economy will completely crash and nothing will happen anymore.
Yes, that's a rush build. I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
whole point of it, isn't it?
That is the point. And with like the way the mana works really emphasizes that part of the rush.
And I would say that with such a rush build, it's even more important than you get all of the gold in the middle.
Yeah, honestly,
Because-
I did agree on that. Just getting the 16 extra gold bars is incredibly helpful.
Very huge.
Yeah.
You can just build like one gold smelter less
Also-
with that, so you meet one less gold mine maybe even, and stuff like that. And you
Also,
can
very
invest that
important
into
thing,
earlier
his
weapons.
first large temple didn't finish that quickly. I felt like it was a little delayed and should have been a little quicker, and I'm not sure if that was because of the gold. Didn't pay too much
Yeah,
attention to
I'm-
it, but it could have been.
I'm not sure also because like the big houses had some struggle with stone at that time, and were also getting stone from the stone
Yeah, might be more issues in that.
from the bottom.
Something
And he
interesting
also
I'm
had
seeing
he had
though.
the problem with like the settlers, where he needed to get all his diggers into settlers, and then he had full stone mines, and now his stone mines actually don't have fish anymore and don't have any bread anymore, so they are not running fully.
Yeah.
He might have enough stone. He doesn't have enough stone. He's like, out of stone, and he has some wood stacking, not much, but I guess he has stone issues.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna pause his coal mines in the first battery relatively soon. Few of them, because one of them already doesn't have any bread on it anymore, still some fish. But
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like pausing
I know
those,
now he
getting
has
the
fish
bread,
again, so it was not.
getting the bread over
Not a
to
bad
the one coal mine and the 2 stone mines could be helpful,
call,
and then you
I
cast
agree.
again. But one thing I wanted to mention that I noticed a bit ago now is he builds large temples at the bottom of a settlement,
Yes,
which is
4 at least.
yeah, which is very interesting. I'm wondering if he's gonna actually try to crush them as well, where he goes down to
I
0
don't hope.
mana or very close to it, and then crushes all of the large temples to
I would
get the resources
would
back.
imagine, but I mean, I'm not a Troja expert, but I would imagine that it's like pump out one more spell than you would normally have and be able to build like one more weaponsmith than you normally would, and then you have like a timing at min 45 or something. Because
yeah, I feel like that is what he's kind of trying to do with this. Just
your timing spot isn't like right at PT probably, but your timing spot is probably when the other player is adding more farms, because then you have more material invested in the right buildings.
yes, exactly.
We see some Sunnies by Yannick. Interesting choice, or is it like a normal play?
Also, just so you know, they're called medics in English.
Okay.
I think it's generally the normal play for Metzen and Buddle, but I don't think it's smart to do in the low numbers that we're still having. I think it's only really smart when you're realizing, okay, we're now at 300, 400 soldiers.
All the entrances are full and...
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, you don't want to add them immediately, because in the small number of battles, they just don't yet gain the value that I think they're actually worth it. One thing I want to mention that as well is that we see some combat power already, and we've seen it for quite a while standing, actually, on Yannick's side. Which I don't think it's a full set. At least I don't think I'm seeing all.
I see like 2.
I see 4.
Are you seeing more than 2?
I can see 4. Below the toolsmith.
Oh yes, he's
3.
building more. He's building more. Yes.
Below the toolsmith you have 3. Then you have 1 left to the starting river.
And
maybe
in between the heavy industry, there are also some more getting built on the top, which are not finished yet.
True. Guess he's just kind of gradually adding them.
I think against the Troja, you really need to have some swords yourself, as we discussed before this game already.
Yeah, I mean, if you're fighting on open field against swords and backpack catapultists, if you're just fighting against...
But he doesn't have backpack catapultists. I mean, okay. He's also quite nicely positioning like some bows to the front, so if Yannick scouts, he will see bows getting produced, and he has swords in the back. His main army will be swords, I guess.
You are currently...
I'm crushing.
You're out of the lobby. I think they want to continue. So
that's fine.
I think I can put
I'm just watching cut the stream and then I should be fine. Oh yeah, and yours maybe, yeah. That's a good idea. 2 streams.
Let's see if I just put up the Discord screen share. I'm gonna check a bit if it hinders the Twitch stream, but I think it should be fine. Maybe I put down the quality a bit, but
it's fine.
I don't see any issues on Twitch, so it should be fine. And you can watch what I'm seeing.
Did not get larger, even so Yannick is building his eye catchers.
Yeah, I mean, the eye catchers aren't finished yet either, though.
But if you are, and they are counting like double for the statistic down there, right? Because the statistic is the one directly linked to the fighting strength spikes, isn't it?
I think in the statistic we're seeing here, you're actually seeing the resources put in, and I don't think it's the statistic for combat power, because for combat power, gold bars are counting double.
And in eye catchers, they are counting
a double again.
Double again.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you're actually seeing just the raw resources used.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Too sure about it.
I'm not sure.
I think in the Jessen game, Jessen versus Alex, Jessen was pulling ahead in resources only as he was building the eye catchers, and that's where I get my information from. It's not very qualified.
Maybe you're right. I don't actually know the exact, like what this number resembles exactly.
We might ask Fabi, because
he was at least part of making the script. He might know it. Okay, we're actually seeing a few backpack catapultists from Fabi. He also has a few bowmen. That might just
the bowmen are just fake.
Exactly.
Like I said.
Exactly what I wanted to say. I think he's just trying to make fake bowmen, lure him into a fight on open field, and then come in with the swordsman and backpack catapultist to actually win the fight.
Yeah.
If he can't pull that off, and
Might
Yannick
just
is
pull,
just
pull like
chilling?
all of his bows to the top.
So what did you say? What did you say? The bows?
No, it's like
Okay, all good.
the bows to the top and like the other thing from the bottom or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he might be able to trick Yannick. And he doesn't need higher numbers than Yannick if he gets a fight in open field against.
If he
bows
manages to trick him into a fight
medics.
that Yannick shouldn't go for, then he can win with even like slightly less numbers. Even if he has like 20 soldiers less, 30 soldiers less, I think he should still be able to win a fight if it's
might
taken
Yannick
properly.
be aiming for like 1-7 defensive at the PT? Might that be the call, or do you think he goes for 119 to fight offense?
I feel like he's more going for more 119. Like he doesn't even yet have houses in front of his barracks. We're at 37-minute mark. When is he gonna build
they're digging quite fast, so it's not like you need much time to build.
But he needs a tower to actually have the space to build them.
Yeah, he's not getting an optimal line there, but it's good enough, I guess.
Yeah, it's better than
I
nothing.
see him favored in his own land, even if he gets 119. But he doesn't know that.
I think so too. I think staying in their own land is the smarter play.
But Fabi is pulling ahead in soldiers. I was watching the storage spaces, and I mean, Yannick has more weapons in storage, I guess, but Fabi has 3 barracks. Yannick also has 3 barracks, and I think Fabi is pulling a bit ahead in soldiers.
What are the weaponsmith counts for both players? 3, 6, 9, 10 weaponsmiths for Yannick. And we have these are 7, 9, 10 also for Fabi, which results in pretty much the same numbers.
I think the treasure is a bit faster, like 5% or something like that.
Exactly, like it shouldn't really make a difference that we can actively see and be like, oh.
But, I mean, now Yannick is getting ahead. Maybe I was talking too soon.
Yeah, it probably was that he just then fully emptied his storage. We see quite a few
Yannick is playing
bars.
7 saws, I guess. So he's not building, playing a big build either.
Yeah, I think he's playing like a mediocrely large build. Like it's a medium.
He doesn't have much locks. Also, so there might be some downtime, and I don't see downtime yet in his saws. But
I feel like this looks relatively clean. Seeing 2 locks on all of them right now,
clean.
It probably runs really smoothly.
Very, very tested out. He doesn't also have like a lot of resources at any of his heavy industry buildings. That's also something I really like. It seems very balanced.
Yeah, iron bars look good.
Gold looks good.
Gold is just enough.
It's just enough, but
it's enough, you know.
Efficient.
1 iron there. It's there, yeah. Coal is the only thing that actually looks like it's there. Plenty.
Why is Yannick pulling ahead so much now with the soldier numbers? Is Fabi having issues with his weaponsmith?
I think it's recruiting issues. Never mind, he now actually recruited everything. I felt like it was a bit before. I mean, he has made lots of tools somehow. Those could have been weapons maybe, but I think it was also just the fact that like every weaponsmith of Yannick just stood like a tiny bit earlier. Okay, this is the first statistics we got for the peacetime. So we have 198 tier 3 soldiers for Fabi and 223 tier 3 soldiers for Yannick.
What are the fighting strength ticks for like the backpack catapultists?
So backpack catapultists fighting strength take, the most important one is the first important one is at 123. Technically at 104, but you usually have that all the time. There's one in between there that is not as important. It only increases the secondary No, wait, I think that one doesn't
Okay,
even increase the secondary, but like there's from 130, 123,
Secondary
there's
and
113 as well.
Are there like 3 zones? For
Yeah, there are
backpack
3 zones. You
catapultists,
have the main
Okay.
target that you're hitting, then two from there in every direction. You do for the tier 3 backpack catapultists, you do 75% of the damage, and then you're doing 50% of the 75% to to 3 more soldiers in every direction. So you have
I really like
total
that
range of
Yannick,
things.
is just standing behind his buildings, and he
Very
built
much
the
agree.
114.
He's at 114.
My call
He
was
has
right.
107
Yeah, he said 114. That's a
defensive.
very good call.
And
What he should do is he should now be building some swords, not recruiting them, and as soon as Fabi pushes, he should push out the swords.
yes, that's actually, I like that. Yeah. He has
That would be very
a
good.
few medics which aren't really that good, to be exact, incredibly bad against backpack catapultists and swords.
Yeah,
He's
of
now
course,
taking a
but-
fight with the bowman. He doesn't. Oh, he has perfectly the 119 tick, but he realizes the fight isn't really that good. We're seeing a few swords at the top. I imagine them going invis, as he still has 126 mana with all the large temples he built at the
Yeah.
bottom.
I don't like it. I actually think he shouldn't be using the mana for fighting. I think the mana should be... with that mana, he should be able to have like this few more weaponsmiths than he could normally build, and then he should just play like a push build. But maybe I'm underestimating how good Invis swordsmen are still, because
Oh, they are really
When-
good. If the enemy doesn't use mana against them, they are incredibly
really good.
strong.
okay, yeah, because they get in between the bows, right? There's some,
Yeah, they're basically fighting a 1v1 against a bowman, and you know how 1v1 against a bowman works out when swordsmen...
yeah.
They,
The bowman
they
starts
immediately
running.
leave.
and-
They aren't even running at them. They're just
okay,
there.
and now Fabi didn't produce too much tools. It was intentional also,
Yeah.
because he has sabos.
Yeah.
I like that. And what I don't like is him targeting the mines. I would love see him aiming for the heavy industry on the top.
Yeah, Fabi's also inting a few swords. Oh, the swordsman went invis.
And Yannick is pulling back.
Yannick saw
Oh,
it,
the
as
sa-
it was on the border. There was one tier 1
Numbers.
swordsman that's seeing there.
A bit in favor of Yannick, but if we factor in like Fabi has one, what's called peace spell,
Yeah. One
and with one
peacemaking
peace spell he
spell.
doesn't have
he-
less soldiers.
Yeah, the fight isn't very optimal for him though. I think the
It's
first few
very
sword-
very bad.
Yeah.
But the Invis swords are on the top.
Yeah, they will pop out around here,
Yeah.
and we'll see. Yeah, they're popping, but they're
Yeah.
popping not in between the bowmen, which is
Yeah,
where you
but
want them
too
to be
much
pop
to the-
out. They are mostly
And
on
he
the
doesn't get the
front.
tower with them also. It might have
Oh!
also been a possibility.
There was one on the tower though.
Yeah, but if it were like a few more...
If it were
It
just
would
2
have-
more, it would have actually gotten the tower.
And I don't think so, because Yannick has bowmen not shooting in the back. Well,
Yeah,
had
but I
some, and
think
he's also
2 would have
producing that.
been enough. Well, maybe
And
not.
Yannick
Maybe
is
3.
also reacting nicely and putting bows into his tower. That's very, very nice. I like it.
Yes.
What
They
do
also
you
have
think
more
of
range and
Fabi's
more damage from
bows
there?
plus the catapultists comp?
The backpack
Is
catapultists
it
are now
good?
running out of swords in front of them. The swords are only at the top, which you would prefer them to be here. He is ulting the
and
bowman
I
in front
don't
of the
like that
backpack
he's-
catapultist, but I think it was too late.
I don't
He
like
lost
that
way
he's
too
not
many.
producing any more swords, because they run faster, they would be there faster.
Yes, agreed. He's only producing bowmen that are coming in.
And
So
in this
far, the
numbers where-
trade was positive for Yannick. He so far traded
Yeah,
positive.
because Fabi was inting in like a few troops.
True.
But he
Yeah,
also...
even.
The Trojan has more at the moment, but because
Oh,
they are
true.
running.
Yeah, they're mostly
And
running.
he's getting all the barracks. Yannick only has 1 barrack left.
No, 2.
That's quite a nice play. I like that.
It's still
But
2
he's
barracks.
inting...
But one of the barracks is
yeah, right.
is not really close to any storages, so it's not running as effectively.
Yeah.
He's
But I
still
think-
fighting
yeah,
with better combat power right now, but he is now pulling back as he realizes that the distance he needs
He's
to
not
run
killing, yeah.
is too large. He did it.
And now
do-
the sun is shine.
He did.
And
do
what I really, really
damage.
dislike is him inting his sabos like that. If the sabos were on the top and just killing like all the heavy industry on the top,
just
like
kill heavy industry, kill mines,
getting
do
into
stuff.
the iron mines would be very, very good. Then he could even play for the long game. I mean, he still had some mana left. He's not like.
I mean, I saw that he built some grain farms to keep his economy
out of
running.
Bread. He doesn't have any bread left. Fabi is dry.
Yes, but so far I think oh no, the gold smelters don't have any coal.
Yes, so this is game over for Fabi.
Yeah, there's no long game. Maybe a few large temples are gonna finish up and he's gonna cast onto his mines, but it doesn't seem like that right now.
How much mana does this spell need? Like 40, 48 at this point?
I feel like it's more at 40. I think one large temple finishing up could just be enough for one spell.
Yeah, but it's not good that he doesn't have it at the moment and is not producing with all of his heavy industry.
Really hurting.
I really dislike
He's pulling back all the way, and he didn't really do much damage. Numbers
and Yannick has much more soldiers. Yannick has still some left in storage.
The medics are healing up all the wounded.
Yeah, no, it's over. But also Yannick is not building, getting all of his building materials into buildings right now, and the gap
I think
is
he was a
still
bit
the
busy
same.
there.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, you should focus on the fight in such situations.
57 mana now for Fabi, but he isn't yet actually casting anywhere. He's making
Does he have
seeds.
a priest?
Maybe he crushed too many large houses there.
How many farms does Yannick have?
I think he's 10, what I counted.
So he's like a few seconds away from just adding more heavy industry after building some more settlers, right?
Maxing the mountain, I assume. I think you can probably already max the mountain with 10. At least how he built the coal mines, like he built them to be 100% efficient. If they weren't 100% efficient, you could build much more, and then you need much more bread. But for how they're built,
of course.
I think 10 farms are probably enough. Yeah, and Fabi now actually casted some bread onto the right mines, and they are now all producing coal.
And he is making sieves, and I think we are seeing a second push now.
Yeah, he's pulling thieves to the front.
It's like 100 to 200 thieves. If he had those in the first... I think his timing was not quite right. He had Yannick in his land. He shouldn't have been pushing into the barracks. He should have just done more damage on the top with the sabos. Have some sabos on the bottom with like 10 swords and kill some farms because Yannick is running out of bread. That would also be quite a good call.
I also feel like the way
ignore the heavy industry and just kill the farms.
The way he attacked there, I love invisible swords. They are amazing. They really have to be able to get into the enemy soldiers to be that amazing. And when you want to use them, I always feel like they are best used with a only bowman army. Then you can just start trading a bit. And then you're seeing, okay, the line has now established. Both people have their front line ready. And when that happened, then you're making your swordsmen invisible, and you send them in, and you're able to get quite a good engagement, as the enemy can't really have one big blob, and we still have their one big blob, mostly because you also had swordsmen running from other places, so it was just optimal play against everything.
I mean, kills are quite even, and Yannick now just has like 80 more soldiers.
Yeah. And the kills are quite even. So, like, he did trade positively with what he was doing because he had a few soldiers, like, inted a few soldiers beforehand. I think if he just played that fight a bit better,
do you think the backpack catapultists were int and he just shouldn't have built them at all?
I feel like you can make a few backpack catapultists, but you have to make them invis as well and send them with the invis swordsman, because the invis swordsman at the top took ages to die. And they could have really gotten some value there.
They should have been on top. That's true.
Yeah,
and they would have had someone to tank, and they would have killed very, very many bowmen there.
I don't think you need many there. Like, I think like maybe 10 are already enough. Yeah. You're like making, I don't know what he made. He made 80 swordsmen, just make it 70 and have 10 backpack catapulters. And that's all you're putting in Invis, and all the other units are bowmen that are trying to make a front line and try to make the enemy spread out. Because it's the best way to fight
at
with
all.
bowmen
You have
against
the
bowmen.
sabos inside of your enemy, and you can basically do whatever you want.
Yeah. That's
You can
also the
just-
thing. He can just relax as well.
As I said, just kill the heavy industry on the top and just kill all of the iron mines.
Yep.
And then wait, because if your enemy can't build iron mines, then he's just out of the game.
Yeah. I'm a little confused by this tower at the front here. From Fabi.
Yeah, maybe he wants to tower in on the bottom.
Yeah,
but
but
he's
like,
quite along. Okay, is it possible to tower over the middle?
I don't actually know. I haven't tried. Because there usually isn't much to tower of the enemy
Yeah.
anyways, and you just rip your own combat power.
I mean, killing the farms on the bottom, I don't like. I would say that it might be a nice play to have like 2 swords on the bottom, 2 or 5 level 3 swords, and like 2-3 sabos on one on each of the farms, and you just kill the farms when he's building more farms and is out of bread. But I think the best play is to actually just kill all the iron mines. What should the Roman do?
Yeah, iron mines are only a few buildings, and if they're gone, then your industry just doesn't run anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the numbers.
Very
It's
It's
This game
completely
is
over.
absolutely
Yannick just
over.
has to finish the game.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just has to not be Alex, and then he's fine.
Very, very true. Although it doesn't look like there's
Look at
anything
the-
prepared.
Look
from
at the
Fabi.
resource gap now.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, it is a bit from building large temples and crushing them. Those
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
really-
of course.
He's hinting his C's. They aren't really.
Yeah,
doing
no,
much.
Fabi is just dead.
Absolutely. There's
Yannick has a
no-
better line. He is triple the soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just over.
He's recruiting tier 1 swordsmen right now because he has
Yeah,
weapons but
it's-
no gold bars.
Yeah, because he doesn't have coal or didn't have coal at
Yes.
one moment. And he's also throwing away all the thieves which don't do much.
Yeah.
I mean, they're better having them than not having them, but it's...
But yeah. They aren't gonna cut it.
I think Fabi could have won if
even
he,
the
if he
saboteurs are running in.
Yeah, he is throwing everything in last stand.
But
Is there
saboteurs, you
any
could
any
them
swordsmen
to
running
settlers
through
and
Yannick's
then into seas.
lands? No, right.
Yeah. No, this is over. There's also like just nothing going around to try to snipe it. I think... Yeah, we have 1 tower on the back. So he could technically crush his tower at the barracks and play the game longer. He doesn't yet
No,
lose immediately.
I hope he doesn't, but I don't think he does.
Yeah, it currently looks like
far
he's
as we
pulling
know
the
him,
tier
yeah,
1
he's
swordsman
crushed
down
it,
to the
okay.
bottom. To maybe try using tier 1, tier 2 swordsmen a few as well. Use
But
them
Yannick is
to
having
run
troops
around.
stay behind. No, he doesn't have too many troops stay behind.
No, I feel like that's just his kind of barracks production. He's now
I think he
producing
should-
tier 2 bowmen. Interesting.
Yeah. And tier 2 swords also,
Yannick?
but just a few. Yeah, I've seen like 2 or 3 tier 2 swords.
No, maybe he made them to be able to capture tower.
And he's pulling some troops back. So
he is
doesn't
pulling
get
some
killed.
troops back. He does. Yeah,
Nice
that's
move.
a GG
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Fabi.
Oh, okay.
He probably just
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
the troops pull back and was like, nope.
But I think played a bit better with 1 sawmill more and just overbuilding your heavy industry very, very much. You might be able to kill there. But I don't like the temple spam. I think it would be more effective to build a bit more mana. Just build like 1 saw more, build like a lot of two farms more.
Yeah.
The first one's a bit
I think
later,
temple
like
spam-
after all the saws.
Yeah, I think temple spam can still be very effective.
Yeah, but he did start it a bit too soon for my liking.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if he could have had like one more sword, 2 more sunflower farms, and then he wouldn't have even needed it that early. Could have done it a little later. Could have tried to push for a little bit of a more well-rounded timing attack.
It was a good game by Yannick, right? He had like
Yes.
240 something at PT with 114 fighting strength to have the 1-7 defensive.
Yeah.
Which was a very good play. So it's not.
I think you can technically still have better games than that, but it's on the better side of games for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I'm actually not quite sure. I don't know what the top numbers for Buddle are. I only know them actually for Metzel. But it's definitely on the better side for sure.
But I think this push with just killing the iron mines might be a thing.
Yes.
Have 3 on the bottom,
just
kill like 3
crippling
farms.
the economy and trying to keep your own running instead of using your mana for inverse swordsman. Just threaten him, but don't engage. Generally.
And do you actually have less soldiers if you cleanly build like 1 saw more? Because he has a saw left over. He didn't use all of the saws he had.
True. Yeah, I mean.
And then you should outbuild the Roman, because with 1 saw more, you should probably produce some more buildings in the Roman.
I feel like 6 against 7 saws is probably relatively even.
Yeah. Okay, but you should be even,
like
and
usually
you're using your resources
HG.
more effectively. At least at that point before you run out of mana.
Yeah. Your mana is just so efficient that you should be able to.
I mean, even with the 7 battery, I think it's more efficient.
More efficient. For sure. I mean, 7 times 8, 56 food you're getting for 27 mana on the first spell. And the mana is roughly
a lot
the
more
same. It's like you invest the same amount of time. Like a sunflower farm is the same efficiency as a grain farm roughly, but the buildings are all just cheaper as well. So it's like you build cheaper buildings and you get like twice as much food out of it as you otherwise get.
Just don't play it as like a PT only build and just run in.
I think that is
stand there on the edge. He can't push out, because if he goes into the open space, he's just crushed from your swords. And
I think that is generally the play for most PSAM rushes, to play them not as all-ins, and to play them as, if the enemy is really just standing at their barracks and wants to not die, then you do economy damage, and if they want to fight you, then you should be able to win that fight. I think,
you just have to kill the iron mines. It's like 5 buildings, 6 buildings. It's not much, and they are relatively safely reachable with your troops without overextending, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're on the easier side to get. You said you can walk quite a bit around. Like, it's on the Metzel map, you have like a huge wall of houses usually.
Yeah.
But here you
just
don't
need
have
like
that
2
much
thieves.
material, so the wall.
You just need like 2-3 thieves on the top, because you want to see how much the Roman moves to defend his second iron field. That's why you need a few thieves with your army there, because you just want to have enough to defend, but not more than you need on the top for the second set of iron mines.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you just build like 3 swords and a few more sabos, and you kill farms, and then he should be quite GG.
I would say that we're going into the interview that they're doing right now. I will, as I usually do before the stream, translate what they're saying. You can just talk with them in German about the game.
Okay, let's move up.
Das kann natürlich auch sein. Wie ihr da gekämpft habt, hättest du vermutlich mit nur Bögen gewonnen.
Ja klar, aber ich meine,
gegen
nur Bögen stellst du dich ja auch nicht im Ball in deine eigenen Häuser rein. Das ist ja auch quatschig. Also,
ja, an den Kasernen hätte er trotzdem kämpfen müssen.
Ja, aber wenn er rauskommt, dann kannst du ja wieder mit kleinen, unsichtbaren Schwerterflank und auch Entwaffnungszaubern.
Also ich habe auf unsichtbaren Schwerter gesetzt.
So they are talking about the how the fight went.
Ich
Fabi
habe
said
komplett gegen ihn
he
runtergetradet, aber
fully
es ist halt
played
komplett
with the
Häuser
Invis
im Wald,
Swordsman.
die haben nicht so gut funktioniert, wie sie halt
Um,
hätten funktionieren sollen. So, das,
Mein Call war
They
übrigens, dass
didn't
du
work
einfach
as
alle
well as they
Eisenminen
should have.
zerstörst, anstatt da jetzt zu
Others were
fighten.
saying that Bowman would have been
Ja,
better and how
Weil du
that
bekommst
fight
da
was
alle
fought.
Eisenminen dran und dann hat der Römer einfach auf einmal kein Eisen mehr.
ja gut, ich meine, ich wusste nicht, dass alle Eisenminen vorne an der Front sind. Ich habe ja dann irgendwie die
Nö, waren nur
Seitenminen-
2, aber du kommst ja auch an die hinteren dran.
Komm ich an die ran.
Okay,
Auf
Ja,
jeden
halt
Fall,
auch
er steht
Ja,
dran.
Vincent,
sorry,
my
so blöd
co-caster,
bin
is
ich ja
currently
nicht, dass ich ihn die Eisenminen
talking
zerstören
about
lasse.
Er hat
the
deine
Iron
Barrack
Mine thing.
gekriegt. Du hättest wenig dagegen tun können, wenn er sich da einfach oben auf den Berg stellt und deine Eisenminen zerstört.
Ja, vielleicht. Hätten wir vielleicht besser mit Sabos machen können, stimmt schon. Aber es ist halt auch fies, weil dann keine Ahnung, dann platziert ja nicht da die Minenwand auf dem Berg, dann bin ich da auch die ganze Zeit wieder mal am Rumeiern mit meinen Schwertrucksäcken, während er halt mit seinem Bögen da fröhlich vor sich hin Hits schießen kann und so.
Ja, und
Also-
deswegen ist auch der Call von Argos und mir gewesen, du baust einfach Schwerterbögen anstatt Schwerterrucksäcke.
Das waren jetzt auch nicht so viele Rucksäcke. Ich glaube, es waren 30 Stück oder so. Also ich
Ja,
glaube, die
aber
haben während
also
dem Fight haben die
10
schon gut
reicht.
Damage gemacht.
10 reicht,
Reicht.
glaube ich, und sie hätten oben sein müssen. Unten waren sie aus unserer Perspektive aus beider unserer Perspektive nicht so gut.
Ja,
Yeah,
also der ganze
Vin-
Kampf war halt einfach nicht so gut, weil wir
Vincent is
weil
just
gar nicht mehr in
repeating
den
the
Häusern
stuff
stand,
we were
als ich
saying.
irgendwie vorgesehen
Fabi
hatte.
just generally isn't happy with the fight, is like kind
Und
of
er hatte auch
agreeing.
107 defensiv halt zum Fight, was halt auch, also ziemlich perfekt, was halt auch ziemlich gut war.
Ja, das ist tatsächlich gut. Gut, ich meine,
Aus
irgendwas zu
Yannicks
erwarten,
Sicht,
aber-
was richtig gut gewesen wäre, wenn er kurz bevor der Fight losgeht oder schon ein bisschen vorher halt einfach ein paar Schwerter produziert, aber nicht produziert, sondern quasi nur an den Kasernen liegen hat und sobald du reinpusht, anfängt Schwerter zu produzieren, weil die einfach so gut tanken dann auch gegen die Rucksäcke, die dann auf einmal nicht in den Bogieball schießen.
Wobei, es war ja ein riesen Kauderwelsch an allen Units, also
Ja,
wer
trotzdem,
dann auf wen schießt, ist
das
egal,
bringt noch
aber
mal ein
nichtsdestotrotz
bisschen was.
Schwerter wären gut gewesen.
Yeah, like they're literally just talking about all
Und bei
the
dir halt
stuff
auch, also du musst
that
dann halt
we
auch
just
Schwerter
talked about
nachproduzieren, aber du
already.
hast halt eh nicht mehr nachproduziert, weil dein Spell zu spät kam.
Nice.
Wie viel Kampfmana hast du eingesetzt?
Nothing much to translate right now.
Ich Firma Unsichtbarkeit und dann der Friedenstift, das habe ich gerade Janik auch schon gesagt, der Friedenstift, der war so, also ich hatte gehofft, dass es halt reicht, dass ich dann doch gewinne und dann einfach das Spiel beende so. Der Friedenstift, dass ich den gesetzt habe, hat mich gekostet, dass ich nicht an der Mine zaubern konnte. Das hat mich gekostet, dass ich ab Minute 46 ökonomisch einfach tot war. So,
Ja,
dann
genau.
kam halt keine Kohle mehr nach, dann habe ich irgendwie noch, schlag mich tot, 80 Waffen ins Lager produziert. Das war ja auch nicht mehr ausschlaggebend dann. Und ja, ich hatte noch weitergespielt, weil ich dachte, ja, komm, irgendwie, keine Ahnung, vielleicht nochmal Schwerter sammeln und nochmal außen rum oder so, aber du hast dann auch nicht den Fehler gemacht, den schon viele Spieler vor dir gemacht haben und dann in der gewonnenen Position
Ja.
alles nach vorne geschickt, sondern hast dann zumindest, hast du wahrscheinlich gesehen, dass ich dann da irgendwie mit 30
Fabi's
Schwertern
talking
noch mal
about the
irgendwas probiert
swordsman
hatte.
at the
Das
end
war-
right
ist ja
now.
auch noch mit Großteil deiner Armee zurückgegangen, das war dann alles safe, also dann war auch vorbei.
Nee, also das würde ich auch so sehen. Wie warst du denn so
Ich hab
zufrieden mit deinem
sogar-
Aufbau, Fabi?
Ich habe sogar vorher noch ein paar Zweier gedrückt, weil meine Kasernen irgendwie nicht so ganz funktioniert haben, wie sie sollen.
Ja. Vom Aufbau her lief eigentlich ganz okay. Also war jetzt nicht die allerbeste Runde, aber war jetzt auch nicht die schlechteste. Ich muss mal kurz gucken, was ich
Siedlermangel?
auf PC hatte ich?
Hattest du einen?
Nicht wirklich.
Du hast deine ganzen Digger umgewandelt und
Ja.
hattest danach deine Steinminen voll liegen und bist da richtig behind gefallen mit verbauten Ressourcen.
Das kann nur ein Häusertiming gewesen sein. Also ja, ich habe irgendwie 10 Planierer zurückgewandelt zu einem Zeitpunkt, wo ich 0 Planierer gebraucht habe.
Yeah.
Und
Fabi
die
generally
Planierer,
was
die ich
quite happy
zurückgewandelt
with his
habe, da
round.
standen dann auch welche. Also Siedlermangel,
Was saying
das
wasn't the
nicht,
best
aber
round, but it was a
war jetzt
very
kein Problem.
decent round. Very, very
Ich glaube,
acceptable.
Ich glaube, ein kleines Wohnhaus hat da gefehlt. Das war
Ja, klar.
zumindest der Call.
Ja
den
klar,
ich hatte.
aber also ändert ja nichts. Also ich meine, in dem
Mhm.
Moment, wo ich halt dann meine Planierer zurückwandle und dann bleiben
Vincent
die
is
stehen, das ist vollkommen fein.
criticizing the
Also,
Nö, weil du sie am falschen Ort hast.
The
und
settlers,
deine Ressourcen nicht clean verbrauchst.
with the large houses not finishing,
Steinmangel hatte ich auch
which
nicht.
is a very
Das war auch die
minor
ganze Zeit.
thing. I
Die ganze
in the
Zeit,
game
das
was
war
like, eh.
ziemlich am Limit gespielt.
And
Später
Fabi
auch
is the
nochmal, dass ich
same
immer wieder ein paar
thing, so
rumgespannt
it's
war.
like
War schon ganz gut.
Also
mit
es war kein
Entwicklung.
Siedlermangel, der mich irgendwas gekostet hat.
didn't really
Nachhaltig.
Glaub ich
matter.
auch nicht.
Ich
Meine
glaube schon,
Frage
dass
an der
es dich
Stelle-
ein paar Verbote gekostet hat.
So, meine Frage an der Stelle wäre, Fabi, wie sehr hast du diesen Bild trainiert? Ist der heute quasi so spontan entstanden? Hattest du so Ahnung, wie es aussieht mit Essenstiming, dass du weißt, okay, an der Stelle will ich planmäßig meinen letzten Zauber setzen, spart dann Kampfmana und dann muss ich aber auch bis zu dem Zeitpunkt gefinisht haben oder ja, hier kann ich jetzt auch mal setzen und weiß, ich habe jetzt noch mal X Minuten dadurch gewonnen, in denen ich jetzt mit Fight noch was holen kann. Also wie
Kinkat is
ökonomisch
asking about
durchdacht
how
war die Nummer
War-
jetzt
practice
für den
and
Zeitpunkt?
calculating the
War
build,
schon durchdacht.
calculated the
Hab
build
ich
is.
jetzt nicht so wahnsinnig oft gespielt. Wenn ich meinen Kampfmana nicht
Okay,
gesteuert
Fabi said
hätte,
that it was
wäre das ökonomisch auch
calculated.
weitergelaufen. Dann glaube ich.
Didn't play too much after peace
Ich weiß
time,
nicht, warte mal, also kann ich gleich mal mit F9 ja probieren und so.
but
Aber
he
ich glaube, dann kann ich auch Yannicks Endstati-Nummern noch matchen. Aber habe ich halt nicht, sondern ich habe halt dann 100 Mana im Kampf rausgehauen,
Yeah.
kein Zauber, hab dann keine Kohle.
Yeah, he
und
was saying that
dann
he
halt
spent like
keine
100
Ahnung.
mana in the combat, and
Bleib
if he didn't do that, he would have
46,
actually been able
komplett
to
liegen, gleich viele
match the
Soldaten,
numbers
gleich viel
of
KK, kein
Yannick, is what he's thinking.
schenkt sich das gar nichts. Zur Minute 54 dann am Ende hänge ich ja schon, keine Ahnung, fast 180 Dreier hinterher. Also dann die 8 Minuten, da habe ich halt keinen einzigen Soli mehr produziert und bei Yannick lief halt weiter. So, das war der Fail.
Yeah, and
Vielleicht
he's
wäre es auch eine Idee gewesen, dann einfach auf mehr Bögen wieder zu wechseln und dann einfach das Ganze weiterzuspielen, weil ich weiß nicht, ob das. Ja. Nee, also wahrscheinlich, also selbst wenn ich Soldaten halt matchen kann, dann gegen die Römer-Sannis, gegen die Engstelle, da machst du auf der Buddel halt auch nichts. Dann geht's halt bis 1 Stunde 20, bis einer von uns beiden mit Schiffen was macht. Dann kicken die langsamen Trojanerminen die großen Kohleminen wieder rein. Dann kann ja nicht mehr Kohleminen platzieren. Dann also auf lange
Also glaubst du, dass du auch mit Schwerterrucksäcken keine Chance gegen die Suns und Römerbögen hast bei
also
den Übergängen?
in der Kampfstelle ja auf gar keinen Fall.
Okay.
Also wenn Janich dann in mich reinläuft und ich dann mit meinen Schwertern, Rucksäcken die gute Konkave kriege, ja, dann schon, aber.
auf offenem Feld würde es funktionieren, halt, aber nicht auf dieser Map.
Ja, und auf dieser Map, da stehst du ja halt dann 2 Stunden lang gegenüber. Und
Yeah, so Jessen was asking if backpack catapulted to swordsman would have worked against the
das war
against
Sei denn, du
the
machst halt
medic
Sabo-Damage,
bowman
ne?
later on, but the medic bowmans will
Ja, aber
just
also-
win because of the
Klar,
map.
also
Like the
in
map
Sabos hätte
doesn't
man das
give you
spielen
enough
können, aber
space for the backpack
Plan war jetzt
catapulters to
nicht irgendwie,
work
Late
out.
Game nach 1 Stunde 30 zu gewinnen. Weil also,
And
der
generally
braucht
said
über
he's
seine
also
Modus
saying that
State
Trojan late game on
Aber das
this
ist ja
map
auch
just
ganz schön
doesn't really
heftig, weil-
exist. Your mines are
Ja, weil
worse
Karten
because
nachher,
they're just too
also-
large. The coal mines are too large. Coal
Du
cap
stehst
way
ja
too
schon in
quickly.
seinem Land. Du musst ja nicht da irgendwie rausmoven oder so. Aber wenn du da einfach schon stehst, einfach das dann
Ja.
langsam runterzuspielen und den Sabo-Damage zu machen.
Yeah, Vincent again
Ja.
just saying about trying to
Wäre ein
play it
Versuch wert gewesen,
slowly,
ja.
more
Hätte ich vielleicht
saboteur
machen. Vielleicht hätt's
damage.
gereicht,
Und-
vielleicht.
Ich glaube auch, dass man das Ganze quasi mit einer Säge mehr und ohne den Temple-Spam fast genauso spielen kann, oder nicht? Hast du es
Dann ist halt-
durchprobiert?
Ja, schon viel probiert. Also wenn du halt zu viel Mana-Eco baust, gerade auch die Sonnenblumenfarmen, die halt irgendwie arschviel Platz da dumm wegnehmen und so weiter. Klar brauchst du dann keine Tempel, aber dann sind einfach alle deine Timings scheiße, dann hast du zur PT nicht 215, sondern 180 und dann ist auch der Angriff, der potenziell gut für mich hätte werden können, ist dann halt auch nicht mehr gut, weil ich dann einfach nicht equal bin von Soldaten, sondern 50
Yeah, Vincent was
hinterher hänge
asking
und dann ist halt
about
alles scheiße.
playing it
Plan
with a
war schon
saw
einfach
and
so scharf wie
more
möglich und dann
sunflower
einen starken
farms,
Angriff mit
sunflower
unsichtbaren
farms,
Schwertern und
and
finishen. Das
Fabi's
war
answer
Plan.
there is that it's easier
Also der Grund,
to
warum Yannick das
play.
verteidigen konnte, war auch, weil er richtig starke PT-Zahlen gehabt hat. Ich glaube, Yannick
Yeah,
war
not
bei
easier to play.
240
He,
oder so.
he
Ja.
generally has
PT hat er noch
Also
better
das war schon
numbers
wirklich stark.
with
Zur PT hat er
with the
25
temper
mehr gehabt als
spam
ich,
at the end and
dazu
stuff like that.
ich glaub,
Like he's
42
played
hochgeladen,
a lot,
plus
tested a
44
lot,
von
and
Boston
he
ausgeglichen.
figured out that this is kind of like the best to try to be active quite fast.
Also gegen
Ja,
jemanden, der
keine Ahnung.
nur
Ich
200
habe noch
And-
keine
oder so
Saves
gehabt
hier
hätte.
angeschaut.
And they were just saying again that it's also like
Yannick
Yannick actually had a really good peacetime
Ja,
timing.
wahrscheinlich.
Like he had quite a lot of soldiers, which
Also
is like
zu
the main
42
reason why he was able
Ich
to
noch 10
defend it.
Soldaten vorne, zu 44, wie gesagt, komplett ausgeglichen, zu 46 auch komplett ausgeglichen.
Ja gut, da ist ja, glaube ich, schon der Kampf gewesen und da waren meine Kasernen die ganze Zeit stuck,
Ja, warte mal, lass mich mal ganz kurz.
weil halt da alle meine Soldaten drinstehen.
Ja gut, du hast irgendwie, ja, 15 mehr Waffen produziert, aber Goldbarren, du hast ja einen mehr als ich, also das schenkt sich, glaube ich, gar nicht mal so viel.
Yeah, they were quite even numbers
Ich hätte
after
jedenfalls noch mal
peacetime
eine
very
Frage zu Jannis
quickly
Early
though.
Game. Und zwar Timing von Werkzeugschmiede und Eisenschmelze. Wahrscheinlich nicht unbedingt nach Plan.
Kinkat is asking
Ist da
about
was schiefgelaufen
the
oder war's
Woolsmith
vielleicht okay
and
für dich?
Iron
Hast du vielleicht
Smelter
noch mal
timing of Yannick.
Konsequenzen verspürt, dass du dann tendenziell weniger Werkzeuge hattest als normal? Oder wie ist es dann gelaufen? Wie gut bist du durchgekommen?
Hm, also, da sind einfach Ewigkeiten keine Bauarbeiter hingelaufen. Also mein Early Game war sowieso
Yannick is saying that
katastrophal, weil
the
der
builders
zweite
took
Turm
ages to
zum
actually
Wald,
go to
weil da
the
ein Stein gefehlt hat. Ich habe den
Toolsmith
dann
and
dummerweise sogar
ironsmelter.
auf Prio gegeben. Dann sind andere Gebäude zu spät beliefert worden.
And he said that he had
Ja, und dann
one tower that he
Dann
needed.
hatte Fabi
Put
auch
that on
diesen einen
prior where only
Dieb
one
durchs
stone was
Sneaken können, den
missing.
ich sogar gesehen habe.
But
Aber
then
ich habe den dann nicht mehr gefunden.
other
Wo war
buildings.
der dann unterwegs, die Fabi?
Hinter dem Baum versteckt. Hat mir 0,0 Vision gebracht.
Okay. Aber ich glaube, der hat mich ziemlich aus dem Konzept gebracht tatsächlich.
Okay, so those were the reasons, but
Ja,
another
also
reason was
Merki
that there
war
was
natürlich
one
ein
thief
bisschen
that snuck
spät
through
Eigentlich
that
will ich schon
Yannick
diese
actually
Sensen
saw,
dann
but he lost
so
it
produziert haben, wenn die Farben auch
and
fertig sind.
then didn't actually kill it. And since he didn't kill the
ja, Werkzeuge gefehlt haben nicht. Auf der Karte braucht man eigentlich gefühlt keine Werkzeuge.
yeah, and since he didn't kill it, he
war
was
fein,
kind of
eigentlich.
distracted.
Okay,
But the
vielleicht ein paar
thief
mehr
in the
hätte
end
man
just
nicht
stood
können,
behind a
mehr
tree,
Bauarbeiter,
not
aber
really doing anything.
sonst reicht es eigentlich mit den Werkzeugen.
Ja,
Dann hätte ich auch noch eine letzte Frage an
But
Janik.
yeah, he was
Warum hast du
generally
zu Minute
quite happy.
24 schon Zielobjekte gebaut?
Another question
Ja,
why he built at
warum nicht?
24-minute mark already some
Das ist
beautification.
ja
Ja,
die
wäre es dann nicht
Frage.
besser, die Ressourcen in Schwerindustrie zu investieren, damit die dann früher läuft und die Ziris danach erst zu bauen, weil du hast das Set ja dann erst kurz vor PT fertig gebaut.
Ja, also wahrscheinlich war ich der Meinung, dass es gerade passt mit den Bauarbeitern, wo ich dann auch gemerkt habe, dass während ich das Zielreset gebaut habe, irgendwie viele Baustellen keine Bauarbeiter hatten. Also es wäre wahrscheinlich schon schlauer gewesen, das später zu bauen.
Yeah, he just kind
Aber
of
man muss halt irgendwie
felt
so ein
like
Timing
building
finden,
them.
wo Bauarbeiter frei sind. Und das war gefühlt nie da.
Okay, he was saying that
Aber
you
ja,
kind of need
Also
to
wären ein
find a
paar
timing where
Werkzeuge für
builders are
Bauarbeiter
ready,
wären doch ganz gut gewesen.
and he just never
ja
really
klar. Also
found a
das
good
Early Game
timing
war halt irgendwie
for
schon
it.
RIP, wo der eine Turm nicht gebaut wurde.
And he's talking about the early game being RIP anyways,
Aber trotzdem
because
richtig
of
starke Runde von dir.
the early tower. But yeah, it was a very, very well played game nonetheless.
auf jeden Fall starke Bedrohung jetzt für die nächsten Gegner. Auf der Buddel, HGMG, Metzel haben wir von dir schon eine Metzel gesehen hier im Turnier, Jannik?
Waren der erst 3 Runden.
Ja, also der Metzel
No
Goat,
Metzels from
immer noch
Yannick
nicht auf
yet,
Metzel im
but
Einsatz
he
gewesen.
is
Vielleicht dann in
known
der
to be
nächsten
the
Runde.
Metzel
Das
gold.
Match gegen kleiner Chris wird dann jetzt wohl leider wieder nicht zustande kommen, weil Jannik hier alles dafür tut, es nicht drauf ankommen zu lassen. Und ja, gibt es einen Gegner in der nächsten Runde, den du gerne treffen möchtest oder den du auf jeden Fall nicht treffen wollen würdest?
Okay, he's
Ein paar Leute
asking
sind da schon
Yannick
qualifiziert.
if
Wer ist
he
denn überhaupt
has an
weiter?
enemy that he would like to
Aus deinem
play
Pool haben
against in the next
gewonnen.
round,
Moment, muss ich mal eben scrollen.
or an enemy he doesn't want to play against.
Ich glaube Argos, General, Moon.
Genau. Revenge hat
Ando.
heute sein Spiel gewonnen. Ando hat gestern gewonnen. Gestern.
Yeah, just going through the
Genau.
people that have actually
Und
won so
Chris Hasi
far.
hat ebenfalls gewonnen. Die stehen bisher auf dem Menü.
Ja, also Angstgegner, sage ich mal, von allen genannten ist wahrscheinlich The General. Weil gegen den habe ich in einem
Saying the
Arbeitsverhandlung 2 gegen
most
2
dangerous enemy would be the general.
schon verloren, aber dann im Loser Bracket dann meine Rache bekommen und
Mhm.
dann zurückgeschlagen.
Ja, das war
Mhm.
das 2 gegen 2 Turnier. 2021, 22 war es, glaube ich.
Yeah. Talking about a 2v2
Ja, und
tournament
ansonsten
2021,
was
2022, where he
kommt halt.
lost
Moon
against
wäre
General
natürlich
initially, but then later got his revenge in the lower
eigentlich ganz
bracket.
witzig.
So like very even enemy.
Ja, das stimmt. Der hat sich hier heimlich still und leise zu einem auch sehr soliden Metzler hier entwickelt.
Yeah, Moon,
Ja,
he said would be
mal
funny.
gucken, was das Losglück
Moon
und die
all of a sudden is
Salatschleuder, die
quite
dann
good.
bringen wird in den nächsten Tagen. Ja,
Und
ich
die
persönlich
bisher
bin
finanzielle
ja eher
Frage, Fabi, wen
Lospech.
hättest du gerne als Gegner?
Boah,
Okay,
Alex natürlich, let's go.
now question
Das
who's
wollte ich hören.
Fabi's next enemy, and he just
Fabi hat
wants
nichts zu verlieren.
Alex, TCG Slayer. the world champion of
Ja gut,
a
ich persönlich
lost
bin dann
championship.
jetzt fertig. Bedanke mich hier an Stefan, der hier sehr spontan hier eingesprungen ist als Co-Caster. Und ich bedanke mich bei den beiden Spielern.
Jo.
Thank you and GG.
GG.
Okay, so I'll say a few things while I now left the call. They are done with the interview. As always, at the very end of the stream, I'm gonna mention that you can donate, because why wouldn't I mention it? No, yeah, we have some costs to cover. I'm putting that in here, in the Twitch chat, it's down in the comments, on YouTube later down the line. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I didn't interact with chat, although I saw there was a there was a message by Patza. Thank you for the kind words. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here, and I hope you're gonna be in the next matches. I don't think I have a match planned that I'm gonna be casting, and I just see that Twitch ads are going off, which is disgusting because I'm just finishing. Like, why Twitch? Let me quickly check, but I'm pretty sure I have nothing planned to commentate. Yeah, it was planned for this game. I'm thinking about commentating on Tuesday again. General Hansi versus Jagdtiger. That might be interesting. Yeah, but I feel like that's only one I'm still actively interested in, and I do need to do a few other things in the meantime as well. Don't have too much time right now to cast some matches, so might be a little rough for that. Now, I don't think there's anybody else still streaming Settlers 4. I'm checking real quick if there is. Like, there might not be, like, I know there's no tournament match running anymore, but there might still be a person playing the game, playing a multiplayer game. It isn't that way, so I will now wish you a great time. Probably see you on Tuesday. I feel like I will probably cast that match. Wait, actually Tuesday, I might not have time. I think I've planned something for that. I don't know. I can't promise anything. I'll be shortly beforehand signing up for the commentary. Hope you all enjoyed, and with that, till next time, and bye bye.